And we're about to talk about top travel destinations in Europe for the summer. With us right now, we have Jennifer Weatherhead Harrington, founder of Travel and Style magazine. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi.
Nice to have you here on our program.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell us about the Travel and Style magazine?
Yeah, it's a digital magazine and a website. It's been around for about 6 years. So the magazine comes out quarterly, and then the site is updated on a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Lots of tips, destinations, inspiration.
That's very cool. And we need some inspiration because sometimes you just don't know where to go when you have a few extra days or a week or two of holidays.
Exactly.
Europe is a pretty big hot spot. I mean, I guess it's always been a hot spot, but you want to start in the UK because people are talking about it because there was a marriage, a wedding recently.
A little known wedding happened recently.
Yeah. So the UK. Let's go on a vacation.
Well, obviously with the royal wedding, there's just a lot of buzz about the UK right now. So I say you can always hit up London, hit up those big cities, but you can also go to the English countryside to get that true royal feeling. So I think we have an image or two to show of a beautiful hotel called the Stapleford Park.
Look at this place right here.
Part of the small luxury hotels of the world. It's a gorgeous property, 55 rooms. This is a great way to treat yourself like a royal if you want to have that royal feeling. But also just that entire area, that part of England around Leicester is gorgeous. Rolling green hills, castles that you can visit, rent a car. It's a great spot to spend some time.
That almost looked like Kensington Palace.
It does a little bit. So you'll feel like you're royalty.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, this is a beautiful, what would this is a beautiful castle.
This is a castle that's near Leicester. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So get in a car, drive around, you'll be able to see so many great different things in the area.
And don't forget to drive on the other side of the road.
Exactly.
Because that would
be prepared for that. Get some insurance.
But the UK is definitely a beautiful spot. I've been there a couple of times myself, and it almost seems like you're in a different planet. And I mean that in a very respectful way. It's just it's the same but very different.
Yeah,
you know, it's like two different parallel universes.
True. The people are different. They drive on the other side of the road. It's a very different world over there.
Okay. So what about Warsaw? Let's jump over to Warsaw now.
So if you're a city person and you're really looking to do more of a city destination in Europe, Warsaw is becoming one of those hot places. So it's a really great mix of culture and history. There's tons of museums that are related to the history of Poland and Warsaw. There's the old city, which is gorgeous architecture. There's a palace there. And then on the flip side, if you stay downtown, it has almost a bit of a gritty feel to it. It's artsy, it's very hip and urban. There are tons of cafes and nightclubs. So you kind of get the best of both worlds. There's one hotel in particular called H15. It's kind of artsy and cool, kind of gets that whole Warsaw vibe in one thing, and it's really centrally located, so you can get to all the cool neighborhoods. Yeah, and
the hotel we just saw there, it almost looked like a painting.
Yeah, I know,
it looked like so very artistic. So that's a hip spot to visit, Warsaw. It's becoming hipper by the day.
It is. Mark it down on your list.
Okay, I will. Game of Thrones, people love that that series, obviously. Now you're telling me if you want to get that Game of Thrones feeling, you go to Croatia?
Croatia. So Croatia's been pretty hot in Europe for a few years now because of Game of Thrones. So a lot of it is filmed in the old city of Dubrovnik. So it's a walled city, it's pristine, it's gorgeous. You'll go there, you'll recognize some of the scenes right away from where you would be. If you stay at the Hotel Excelsior, it's right next to the old city. It's like a 5 to 7 minute walk. Gorgeous sunsets. But there's another spot in Croatia that you might want to hit up, and it's Zagreb. It's another one of their big cities. It's more inland, but it feels like Vienna. It used to be an Austrian settled city, so it has a lot of gorgeous architecture, cafes, music. It's just a beautiful spot. If you can spend a few extra days in Croatia and go to Zagreb, you won't regret it.
Zagreb.
Yes.
It's funny how I've never heard of that before.
Well, now you know.
Yeah? And you know, another area that I don't know much about is Malta.
Right, so if you want to be ahead of the travel curve and you want to go to a spot that is going to be super hot in the next year or 2 years, make all the top lists, go to Malta. It's going to be the next Croatia, the next Greece. It's an island, it has beautiful coastline. One of the main cities, Valletta, was actually named Europe's top cultural capital for 2018. So there's a lot to see and do, and if you look at these pictures, it looks like it came out of an Instagram feed right away. There are endless opportunities of places to take pictures. The seafood's incredible because you're right on the coast. It's a spot that isn't teeming with tourists right now, but it might be in a few years, so you want to get there soon.
So it's good to go there because there won't be as many people.
Kind of like Iceland, you know,
Yeah.
people who went to Iceland before the big boom.
Okay.
You want to be one of those people.
Okay, and it's all about the Instagram photo too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, before we do run out of time, you have some important tips for us when it comes to traveling European style?
So if you're looking to snag a good airfare deal, you want to be looking to book your late summer, early fall Europe trips right now. So 45 to 50 days ahead is sort of that sweet spot for booking your flight. So you want to be looking at that right now. Hotels are kind of the opposite. You get a better deal if you book last minute. So I always like using a hotel site like hotels.com because it allows you to gain more and more rewards, and then you can get free night stays, but they also have a great app so that way you can book as you go along and you'll get cheaper deals along the way.
Is that stressful though to book so close to?
It used to be stressful for me. I used to be a planner, but then you end up staying at these great hotels that you never thought you would at a really great price too.
Okay, what about boning up on your languages before you go? Is that an important thing to do?
It's always nice to know at least the basics before you go. How to say please and thank you, ask for basic things, ask for directions. There are tons of apps out there that you can add onto your phone to kind of learn some of the basics. And then there's also great ways to translate as well. Just type in some stuff, do Google Translate. You can always show someone on your phone if you're really wary, but yeah, it's always nice. They appreciate it. People appreciate if you put in the effort.
And the best part about this interview we just had, as we were speaking, your website updated, because it updates daily.
Yeah,
there's always
lots of tips.
Cool stuff, tips on there. And
new places to go.
That's good. Travelandstyle.ca is the place to go to. Thank you very much. Talking European travel destinations with Jennifer Weatherhead Harrington. We appreciate your time here today.
Thanks.
All right, we've got more daytime coming up in moments. Of course, this is Rogers Television.